So the title of this talk is about build a world that lifts us all, okay? So what are the qualities that we actually need in order to be me, basically? Because I do have a lot of questions. People, people ask me, Siti, how do you be brave? How do you actually withstand all these, things that they say about me? So I always say that, number one, you have to have confidence, all right? So I always remember this quote, which is actually my favorite. It says, be a first-class version of yourself instead of a second-class version of someone else. You see, I don't know who said this though, but it was said before this that it came from Marilyn Monroe, right? You don't have to look like her to appreciate the quote, but you always look at the message rather than the messenger. So it is so important, be a first-class version of yourself. Be confident of yourself. In this day and age, the use of social media is so unavoidable, okay? Despite the positive sides of the internet, and you guys obviously on the internet all the time, there are negative sides of it too. People can kill themselves from cyberbullying. It is so important to have self-confidence. So your attitude about your skills, you have to be confident about your abilities. I just want to show you that if you don't have confidence in yourself, this is the qualities that you have to have in order to be brave, okay? The earlier speaker actually said that brave is not, you're not born with it. You have to build that braveness. So these are the qualities you should have, the confidence, and I just want to show you some of, I think it was under the news report. Remember, I got bombs, IEDs under my car. And this person actually said, memang elok pun jadi macam ni. Meaning she said that oh yeah, it's good to have bombs under my car. And she actually said, why don't it actually exploded when I'm in the car? Okay, wishing me to die, basically. So this is just another example, and these are all real things, yeah. This report is in the Frontline Defenders website. So, they're quite good in looking after us. So this is why you need to have confidence, right? So you need to be able to handling negativity, okay? As you may know, I've told you, I get a lot of these. I've been doxxed, cyberbullies, and ad hominem calling me all kinds of names, being vilified, persecuted, fake news being created about me, and a whole lot of other things. So one must have a strong constitution in order to be a public person. Okay, that's important. Then the other one is share knowledge, okay? Knowledge can be transformative, so it can lead to visions and inspire change, right? So it can also bring people together. So being a lawyer, I use my knowledge in the law to help others to understand their rights and how to claim that right. So for example, I go into the Orang Asli villages and settlements to spread this knowledge so that they are empowered and to be brave to stand up for their rights. This is an example of one of the village that I visited. This is in Pos Lenjang, Kuala Lipis. I bet you never heard of them, right? So these people live deep in the jungle. So it is actually so important to go and meet up with them and share the knowledge about their rights. So this is just another example. So the next one, yeah, this is in Bido Perak. So we do lots of visits to the Orang Asli villages to share our knowledge with them, giving them the empowerment to show that we are with you. If you do take actions against the government in claiming our land rights, we are going to be there. Okay, so yes, then there are more other photos. So in the beginning, it was difficult to even get to meet these orang asli. Okay, it's not easy. They don't trust anyone or gain access to their village. So rumors being spread, that we are trying to take their land. This is what they always say to make us, like the enemy of the orang asli. So that, we are the opposition in politics. So they are afraid that they are going to be arrested by the police as well, because they have been threatened that if they meet us, they are going to be arrested by the police. So these are some of the threats given to them by the government agency, actually. And slowly, but with perseverance, me and other orang asli activists managed to gain their trust. And with more cases that we won through the courts, they started to believe in us. Okay, so that's the part of sharing your knowledge. Then you must share your story. Share your story. You must talk openly about your personal struggles and triumphs as well. Takes courage, but it takes courage, but doing so can be both very liberating, okay, and is so empowering. So sharing your personal stories can also help people feelings, of shame or embarrassment associated with these difficult experiences. So if you share your personal stories with others, then, they can empathize with you. I often shared my own stories amongst friends and even publicly. I remember when the orang asli first knew me, they were worried I would not be able to sleep in their huts and eat their simple food, because they don't have proper toilets. So I actually told them that I came from a very poor family, that I am an orang kampung too, and I'm also an orang kampung at heart. So despite being poor, I've had the best upbringing. And as I remember the joy and love that I experienced when I was growing up, my parents allowed me to be myself, to be, who I am. I was like a little tomboy when I was small, running around the village and the whole day climbing trees with friends, to the anger of my mother, of course. I have so many wonderful stories to tell when I was growing up, and it is, but alas, we don't have the time here. So, when life was a little bit better, as my elder siblings started working, I did law through working part-time and studying full-time with a baby on tow, okay? That is another story to tell. A lot of you are under MAFA, what's that, scholarship, right? MAFA? You know what is MAFA scholarship? Or maybe this is the generational gap. Mother-father scholarship. But I actually sponsor myself throughout my education. I worked part-time and I studied full-time. Nothing from the government or from my parents, because my parents were poor. So sometimes, when simply hearing someone else express similar emotions or responses to an experience can help people remove the stigma they feel, okay, that they have attached to the situation. So it's important that you actually share your experience with others as well. So, and the other one is listen to other people's stories. So listen to others with real attention and empathy. So when you do this, it can provide them with a meaningful and affirming experience. So when people feel heard, they also feel valued. So both feelings are empowering. This encourage people to contribute their ideas and express themselves openly in conversations at work, in school, with friends and their loved ones. And then the other one is you must stand up. It is so important. please don't think that you are living in a bubble. You know, you need your friends, you need your families to stand up for you, and you must stand up for others. So empowerment involves standing up for one's own rights and the rights of others as well. So when individuals speak out against injustices or mistreatment, they not only support their values, they can also affect real change that brings greater equality to everyone and protects entire communities from abuse. Okay, so if you know Martin Luther King, he said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. The line I want to show you, this is the first ever blockade by the Orang Asli in Kelantan. I was arrested together with them. This is the first ever Orang Asli stood up for their rights, and this was my proudest moment for actually standing with them, for giving them the empowerment to stand up for themselves. Yeah. I also want to show you. You see, this is the kids. Watching. We brought in videos so that they can watch in the jungle. It's really, really very. I love going into the villages with them. So these things are all interconnected. So the line is often used to highlight the lack of socio-economic and or political justice, and also to demonstrate how various strands of society are interconnected. We are interconnected, people. Okay, it means that when people are treated unjustly and unfairly in one place, it makes injustice acceptable. Okay, so we must stand up when we see injustice being done towards others. So when I first started my activism, I remember someone asked me, why are you a straight, person upholding the rights of the LGBTIQ? What do I gain from doing this? What do I gain from speaking up for others' rights? When I'm doing and speaking about something, I did it because it is simply not right to treat and persecute people or animals unfairly. Just that, I think this sense of right and wrong is inherent in all of us as human beings. Unless you are a psycho or mentally unstable or being indoctrinated. So I must thank my parents for allowing me to think freely without any kind of indoctrination and brainwashing when I was growing up. And we must lead with empathy, okay? Empathy is more than just understanding someone's situation, it's feeling it with them, okay? The next one is that you need to build authentic connections, right? So when building genuine connections with people isn't just a strategy, it is the essence of human interaction. So I've always said this to others, that if you are not genuine in your intentions when you are doing something or speaking about something, sooner or later the truth will prevail. People will see through your words and actions over time. Okay, so you need to be real and genuine in whatever you are doing, because if you try to pretend, you are going to be ousted one day. People can see through you. And the other part is embrace positivity. Okay, as you all know, I get a lot of hate and persecutions throughout my activism. I've been charged in court for defending the rights of trans women. During a dinner, I have hate comments and death threats, as you all can see on social media and messages. I even have a bomb planted under my car. So, but more importantly, I have many supports and love from many others too. For example, my friend Shankar. So people ask me, how do I cope with all the hatreds and the threats thrown at me? Well, kids, I embrace the positivity that people showed to me. I do not entertain hate and negativity. I know I cannot please everyone, but what I know in my heart, what I am doing is right. So not for me alone, but also for the affected people. I just want to show you, these are the, what I mean as walk the talk. So we took cases of the orang asli to the court. This is one of the case we took in the court, So this is what we call as strategic litigation cases. Helping worthwhile public interest cases in, every way that you can. And I did this through pro bono basis. So, for example, when we won the case in Post Balatim, they started to trust us, beginning to trust the lawyers, not treating us like enemies, because then they realize we are doing it for them. Okay, this is actually the orang asli in Kelantan. Basically, these are some of the qualities you all need if you want to empower yourself as well as others. So thank you very much. Yeah.